Now, at just 25 years old, Johanna Konta is the most successful British female tennis player since Virginia Wade. After winning the Miami Open last month, she's ranked number 7 in the world. But her plan doesn't stop there. Her dream, she says, is to be world number 1. In an exclusive interview, she invited me to join her at the National Tennis Centre to chat about her love of the game, the LTA's Tennis for Kids scheme, and her hopes for the future.
My dream has always been to be number 1 in the world and to win titles and to really be at the top of the game. I'm doing everything in my power to make it come true.
Well, we are here this morning with one of the fastest rising tennis stars in the world. She has her eyes firmly fixed on that number 1 spot, and she's given us exclusive access and the behind-the-scenes look around. Hi, Jo.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you.
Really nice to see you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Welcome to, I guess, my home in a way.
Yeah, it is. This is your home from home, isn't it?
It really is. Actually, for many, many years, there's dormitories behind there, and I used to sleep there, so I literally used to live here.
You used to live here?
I actually physically lived pretty much on the tennis court.
Kids, that's how you get good.
When I started actually waking my dad up at like the crack of dawn to go running, I already knew the physics.
You woke him up?
Yeah, so he told me that, you know, if I wanted to be the best, I needed to invest time and energy into it. And he's like, you know, we need to get up in the mornings before school to go train. And once my dad realised that I was really going to be waking him up at the crack of dawn every morning, initially he was a bit like, oh no, what have I got myself into?
You said very clearly you want to be world number 1.
I do. That's been a dream of mine since I was a young girl, and that continues to be my dream, and I think will always be as long as I'm playing this sport. I need to keep focusing on my work because I know that will bring the best out in me.
And what does that do?
If my feet become a bit too tight, then I generally tighten up through the chain. So you've got to remember that your body's like a system, that it's a whole chain.
Tell me what this is doing.
Mobilising my back, really just trying to loosen it up a bit so I'm not stiff as a board when I start warming up.
Is there still some way to go to make men's tennis and women's tennis fair? Do you feel like you're on an equal footing with the men now? Women's tennis has become there's become so much more depth in our game, and I do believe it's becoming more and more exciting, but I think it's also important to not compare us to the men in terms of our tennis. We are different, we're not built the same way, but we sure as hell work exactly the same, work just as hard and commit our lives to our sport just like they do. You're a British female tennis player. I don't hear so much anymore people say, oh, she came to Britain late, or, you know, born somewhere else. You know, how British do you feel now? Well, this is my home. I've always, ever since I've moved here, I've spent my formative years here. I really essentially grew into the tennis player, but also more importantly, the person I am today here. So I come home here. It was never a case of me feeling more and more British. I've always felt that this is home. You're the most successful British woman on a tennis court since Virginia Wade. Has anyone said that to you before? In so many words, yes. It's interesting, although I still got a way to go to match Virginia there. She's got a Grand Slam title to her name, and I think she was as high as number 2 in the world, so there's still plenty to aspire to there. But it's an honour to be mixed in with names such as hers, and also even just current players to be just alongside those names. I think it's a great time to be part of women's tennis and also British women's tennis and just British tennis in general. It's a very exciting period, and I'm just really enjoying it. I always just wanted to be just the best version of myself. That was great to get to know her a little bit more.
Yeah, focused, determined.
Oh, yeah, makes a mean omelette. Yeah.
Good combination, those three things.
That's another random fact you found out about Jo this morning.
Quite a year